he's scared too, so we still gonna kick it because he tried once upon a time.
No, he can rap. He's gonna be on that one.
So Vision, what are some of the things that inspired you to be the artist you are today?
Life. you gotta sacrifice everything in life, really. And then that's the one thing you can escape. It's in music. There's a lot of empathy out there. There's a lot of different pain out there. There's a lot of different people in the world. You gotta want to be the difference. And then you can understand all kinds of people around you and what they're going through. And it's art. I feel music. So music is a part of me.
Fair enough. Speaking on the music, what are some of the artists that have inspired you to push your craft further?
My family, my brothers, and spiritual warriors, and Gator Boy. There's all different kinds of people out there. There's all different types of people. I mean, there's Telestai, Carson, all of them. You know what I'm saying? There's all different types of groups. Honestly, it's just the people around me in the community. What pushes me the most is when everybody works together and wants to be a team.
Right.
Wants to be one.
Speaking on the people around you, what would you say is the key to having success with the people that are around you? Would you say it's better to have like-minded people, or no, just keep the people you had, or do you gotta sometimes cut them out because they ain't on the same path?
I mean, honestly, everything's about sacrifice. Recently, what I've learned is it's all about yourself.
Most definitely.
It's about what you put in, and you only get what you pay for, so you have to walk the walk, and sometimes you can't be there.
So I found it out in life that sometimes you got to cut out them people that aren't going to be on the same path as you, because sometimes the world you're walking, they weren't built for. And sometimes you got to build your own road. Ain't nobody been down before, and sometimes you do got to take certain obstacles alone. And speaking on doing things alone, tell me about some of your solo shit you got coming up.
I mean, I got 17 different solo songs.
Okay.
A solo album. I've been working on another album with Butt Wild from NFG, No Fucks Given. It's his
Shout
album.
out Kenneth.
And we've been working on, we got 4 songs right now in our solo album that we're doing together. And
Okay.
it's going to be pretty dope. We got one song we're going to put Christian on. We're just hoping we can get you on one.
Okay.
And he wants to do a song with 386 Breezy. We're going to pay 150 for the feature.
Hell yeah. Shout out Breezy. That's my boy.
So we're just trying to put everything together and get where we got to go. You know what I mean? We got goals. We got work to put in.
Most definitely. So speaking of work, you got to put in. We just did a show, what was it, a week ago with Seth Anthony and Hard Target. Tell me some of the things you took away from that experience.
I mean, it was motivational, honestly, because I listened to his song, Change, Hard Target. He's a pretty decent artist. Like, he has a good craft. He's very talented.
I say y'all see me rocking the Trailer Made.
He raw. Kenneth, me and him been listening to him for like a year and a half. We all brought him up. It was very inspirational for us. It was a big change for me too.
Most
I
definitely.
took in a lot of information. You know what I mean? And we gotta do what we gotta do.
Fair enough. So Tyler, what have been some of your inspirations in life that have pushed you to where you're at currently?
Seeing people do what they want to do and being in that environment of people taking control of their destiny has really inspired me to pretty much do whatever I want to do.
Right. Speaking of doing whatever you want to do, you recently hopped ship, went to California, came back real quick. How was that experience up in California working on that ranch?
It was great. I loved it. But being that far away from family in these times felt like something that I should be close to family.
Right.
You know, because I've seen really in times that we're in, everything's really unpredictable. And you should stay close to family.
Most
But
definitely.
Watching y'all and other people go for what they want, it kind of told me, you know, you don't have to be stuck at the same thing that you don't want to do. You can actually branch out and
Most
try
definitely.
different things. And if it fails, that's all right. Try this other thing. Just don't stop trying shit. You know?
I say, you see me, I got started a podcast, fucking just started doing photography, shooting our own videos, fucking. It's all about branching out because you never know what you're going to be good at till you stick your fucking feet in, and maybe you might like the water. Fuck it.
That's true.
That's real.
Well, shit. Tell me some shit about you, Tyler. What are some things that drive you?
Bills? No, I'm just playing. Nah,
Bills drive everybody, my boy.
Fuck the bills. Nah, for real, fuck the bills. It's really, the thing that drives me is just, you know, you gotta get up every day and just do something.
Gotta get up
You
and go
can't-
and get it.
Yeah, either that's work, making music, or doing whatever you do that makes you happy and that keeps you moving forward.
Most definitely.
And I feel like there's a lot of, you know, blocks in life, and there's a lot of times where you're just like, well, why can I not get this? And sometimes Lord ain't ready for you to get that. That's how I feel.
Sometimes you gotta shove a little TNT into that block and blow them bitches up.
That's true.
Because sometimes the doors are gonna remain shut till you kick that motherfucking wide open. Because I tell you what, not a motherfucker wanted to fuck with us when we first started, except for a very, very select few. And now that we're proving ourselves, I've noticed a lot more people coming around trying to fuck with us, shit like that. And I really don't appreciate it. I'm glad that we're starting to make the moves what we're making, but these artists that were like, oh, fuck them, because they ain't got no numbers, no nothing. Because it wasn't never about the talent with most of these people that are now trying to fuck with us. It was about, oh, they ain't got no numbers, they ain't got no clout. And in the rap game, I've noticed it's a lot about fucking your image and your fucking popularity, which is crazy.
So do you feel like y'all want to step in and change that?
Real shit, honestly, because
It's hard to change that when there's so many talented artists out there that get overlooked because homeboy got a nice chain, homeboy driving a dope car, you know what I'm saying?
And everybody got losses, and we're all supposed to want to see each other win.
Right.
You know what I mean? And there's a lot of hate in people's hearts. Honestly, they cause a lot of hate in their hearts, and they just don't understand that we are who we are, and we are who we want to be if we put the action in.
Most definitely.
You ever heard the saying?
And it's just a war in the mind, bro.
You ever heard the saying, you found your own tribe? I really feel like since y'all started doing this, like, y'all fuck with like 9 of them.
Yeah.
I see that that's a good bond, and I feel like, you know, I'm not in the music thing because it's just not my thing.
Right.
But I see that there is talent and there is growth here, and I feel like Lake City can pull all that together and just be one big fucking badass shit.
Most definitely. Like I was saying on my last episode with Gerard, Lake City like the new Atlanta, bro. We got so many talented and dope artists out there that are just being overlooked because they categorize us as local artists, this and that, which is why I've really been trying to push outside the city, get us shows outside. Like we just did a festival in Georgia. We just did the Gathering, the fucking Juggalos in Ohio. Like I'm really trying to move forward so I can bring other artists with me. Like when we went and did that festival in Georgia, who do I bring? Casey and Gerard. I always got my boys Lil Nine and Swag G. They ride with us because if I'm going to get an opportunity, I'm going to make sure to put the boys on that help me elevate my craft and really put me to where I'm at now. Because without like people like Chuck, without people like Timmy B, without people like Two Tone and Gerard, I really wouldn't have stepped my craft up at each section in that moment. Because when Timmy started fucking with us, I needed that area to really drive me. Then we started fucking with Two Tone. It really drove me to go harder and harder. And then, like with Chuck, he showed us the ropes on how to really perform and how to record. And then I started fucking with Gerard, and it changed me, my whole shit musically, because it taught me how to rise to the occasion. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because when I'm dealing with artists, because Gerard, one of the best artists I ever seen in my life, mainstream not, it really pushed me to, man, I gotta come harder on this track. You know what I'm saying? Like that track out Back Roads I did with Country Trail, laid the hook down, I did my verse, I went home listening, I was like, nah, I gotta come harder. Because you know what I'm saying? Because DK absolutely floored his verse. Fucking, I wrote the hook, but Devontae, he fucking laid that bitch down how it needed to be. Because I did the hook, DK did the hook, and it just wasn't where it was at. And sometimes you gotta learn, hey, maybe it's not for me, even though I wrote it. Like Lost with You, try to sing that bitch, it did not sound good. I had Gerard sing that bitch is a hit song, you know what I mean? And I've learned that having those right people around you will help you become more humble and understand, like, hey, maybe this one ain't for me. Hey, check this out, I got this. You know what I'm saying? Try to spread that opportunity to the people around you instead of being stingy. We're smoking, I don't know where I was at, but at the end of the day, be humble. Humble, motherfucker.
Show love to everybody, even
everybody.
People that bring you down. Fuck them, show them love.
Yeah, we're all trying to make a living out here.
we all trying to get it, and there's money for everybody. I don't know why everybody's so stingy.
That's real.
I really don't. There's plenty of money for everybody. And that's, like I said, then again, like, artists need to really branch out and try to get outside the city, because making those numbers and showing them, hey, we've done this, this, and this, it's going to really help push y'all to do better shows. Because, like I said, nobody wants to fuck with you when they're like, oh, they're just some local people. They don't give a fuck about the talent. They want to see the numbers. Who have you opened up for? What are your views on YouTube? How many followers you got?
Real.
So speaking on that, how has it been for you since you started gaining that clout and really putting the work in? What is the difference you've noticed with how people interact with us on a musical level?
Honestly, I can see people take us more professionally, but at the same time, I see that we have to be more professional to be at that standard. Honestly, we have to come together and talk about things, because we have to all understand where we're at.
Most definitely.
And we got to make sure that we're all at the same level and the same drive and know exactly where we want to go. We can't just feel like one person's loose on the whole team and then feel like we're all slacking.
Yeah, you can't
we're
just
pulling them behind. You know, I don't want them to feel like I'm dragging you down.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's why we have to make more sacrifices so that we can all work as a team.
Most
So
definitely.
that we can be more professional when it comes down to business.
I say, and speaking about sacrifices, when you got a group, you really, really gotta sacrifice and really try to see it from all the angles of the different perspectives that are in the group. Because if y'all are all on different paths, your group is never gonna work. And that's something we've all had to learn. I mean, you see us now as, like, if you listen to our early shit, it was just us rapping. We weren't really making songs because we weren't all on the same path. And now we try to build the songs, we make a hook, and then you build it off of that. That way you have a complete sounding song as a group, because otherwise it's just three dudes rapping on a fucking trap, not making sense. And that's what I noticed with a lot of our earlier shit, and it, like I said, it took me fucking with certain people, like fucking with Gerard, and seeing how Spiritual Warriors, their shit sounded like it's all the same song, you know what I'm saying? It does not, when another artist come on, like, nobody's trying to steal the show or nothing like that. They're all trying to make a dope song, and they all sound good on the same track. And I've noticed that now that we've come to be better outspoken about how we feel about things, it's helped our musical craft elevate, because now we can say, this ain't what we need on here, or hey, I may not be good on this song, you and Christian jump on it, you know what I mean? It's things like that that have really helped elevate us as a group.
That's why, like most people, it would hurt them. You know what I mean? But we all have to work as a team. Sometimes you have to take things off and put them on different songs because it's the craft. You know what I mean?
Right.
You got the ear for it. You got the ear for it. Like
Right.
you said when you were talking about it, you got to make sure that we're all together on one thing. So when we put things out, we don't feel like we're being left out.
Right. And that's one thing I strive for, is I may not be the best artist, but I really got an ear for music, and I know when it doesn't sound right, and I know sometimes you get aggravated with me, but I'm only trying to make sure we put out the best possible product we can.
That's real.
Especially at the point in our career we're at, because now we don't have no room for putting out sloppy videos, no room for just fucking off putting out some random shit that ain't good, because everybody's watching now. We can't afford to slip up and make no mistakes like we used to. You know what I'm saying? Like some of the songs we used to put out, they weren't good. They were not good. And I leave them up on YouTube just so that way people can see the progress. Yeah, because shit, I think we got a mic too early for our own good, and we were able to start recording and putting shit out that we should have just kept to ourselves and elevate from there. But like I said, everybody's got to learn and grow, and once we got to a certain point, I was like, oh shit, we've been fucking up.
And now they can see everything. Want to make a biography, it can be what it is. You know?
Oh yeah, most definitely. I can't wait for y'all to see where we're going. And seeing people like Jelly Roll on the CMA fucking red carpet, bro, it's crazy inspiration. I literally watched that man come out the jailhouse, spin that fucking, 14, 15 minute freestyle up on YouTube to on the red carpet. The CMA's got fucking hits on the radio. Like, it blows my mind, because like I said, I've been fucking with Jelly since fucking the Trap House days. Like, my boy wasn't making country music, he was out there fucking welcome to the trap house. Like,
Vibing.
that was my shit. Like, I've been up on Jelly Roll, shit, even with Twisted, hearing them on the radio now. That's my main influence to be a rapper. When I heard fucking Twisted, because first rap shit I really heard coming from where I came from was ICP, and that was from our brother Lance.
King ISO, snap.
King ISO dope, but he way later on. Fucking with ICP, I was like, oh shit, this is rap, because I grew up with my grandparents for the first few years of my life, and I listened to fucking old shit. You know what I mean? I didn't know what rap was, so when I heard ICP, I was like, this is cool as fuck.
Yeah, y'all put me on ICP.
And then as I gradually grew my fucking hip hop shit, because our dad's a rapper from back in the day, shout out J-Dog. I really started respecting the craft, and then when I heard Twisted, I don't know, I guess something clicked for me. That was my, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was who clicked for me inside. It really inspired me was Madrox and Monoxide.
Yeah, they're raw.
You know what I'm saying? They inspired me. Who inspired you to really start rapping? Like who were them influences that you heard and it just resonated in your heart? You know what I'm saying? The music.
In the beginning?
Yeah.
Our dad.
Fair enough. I'd say he's definitely one of the biggest inspirations. Him and our brother Lance really helped push us to do it. Especially Lance. That bitch made me write every single day for a year. I had to write at least one song when I lived up in Georgia with that man.
I mean, and then on all them shows you brought us to, and all them shows I've had to perform, it kind of drove me to, because it gave me time to like know what I can do and where I can go.
Speaking on where to go, where are you trying to take this music?
Honestly, I'm just trying to make this a lifestyle so that I can support myself enough to get where I need to go, so that I can work for what I gotta go through to get where I need to go.
Right.
You got it, like I said about sacrifices. Sometimes you gotta put time aside so that you can get to a certain point so that you can work for where you want to go, but you can't go where you want to go in the spot you're at.
Speaking of sacrifices, I've noticed a lot with this music. People think it's all fun and games. We're just gonna go record all that. If you're not willing to make sacrifices, you will not make it as a fucking artist. I just want to put that out there now. A lot of these bitches want to fucking think it's some, oh, we're going to play and hang out shit. No. We go to the studio, that's business. We go to these video shoots, that's business. It ain't no, like, yes, we can hang out and have fun, but it's about business. And if y'all can't be business oriented, you're not gonna go nowhere as an artist.
Right.
And a lot of artists I've noticed ain't willing to make them sacrifices. Oh, I'm just doing this for fun, or this is just a hobby. Well, that's cool if you just want to be a local artist. And now there are some that will blow off just doing it as a hobby, because like we were talking about with Gerard, Lil Nas X blew up off one song off SoundCloud. Shit. Right. I think Extension, he blew up off of a random song off SoundCloud. Not to take nothing from that man, because he's so talented. But you know what I'm saying? You gotta want and push. And sometimes you gotta sacrifice time with the family. You gotta sacrifice money. You gotta sacrifice maybe not getting a bag of reefer today, because you gotta save that money for a video shoot, right, or go to the studio. It's not all about fun and games, because at the end of the day, this is your craft. You gotta take it seriously. You gotta want to push and be better than what you were yesterday. And like I said, I've noticed with a lot of artists, they're just, oh, I just want to hang out, be a rapper. But then when you don't mention them in the conversation, they get mad.
Right. See, that's why I gotta put time aside, because I mean, I pay child support. I got 2 kids. I got 1 on the way. So we kind of like, we gotta put a lot of time out the way to do what we gotta do. But at the same time, I can still be an artist and do what I have to do to be an artist. As long as you put the work in on the side, and then you can promote yourself and get where you have to go, then in due time you can at least accumulate some kind of growth.
Right.
And then when they start seeing the things that you're doing, they're going to start striving for that, and you want to motivate other people around you, and that's the best way to do it.
I say it's all about the growth, and it's all about the willingness to promote yourself. Because without you going out there and promoting yourself as an artist, nobody's going to hear you. That's why when we do shows, you're not going to see me standing in one spot long. I'm talking to everybody. What's up? What's up? You know what I'm saying? Trying to make them connects. So that way, that next show, they come out, oh, hey, what's up, bro? It's good seeing you. I brought some people with me. I wanted them to check you out. Shit like that. make yourself open to people. That way, when you go do shows in them towns you've been to before, you might see a couple faces that you recognize, and they probably brought some other people with them because they remember you and you really made an impact. Because just seeing you on stage, I've noticed nobody really gives a fuck. They're not gonna go out their way to look you up. That's why it's on the CD hustle, boy. Shit, it may be 2020, but we got CDs on deck. Hit me up.
That's brutal.
You know what I'm saying? When we go to them shows, they got the little Q&R code on there. You scan them with your phone, takes you to our YouTube. That way, because instead of giving out USB drives, I got them CDs and we put them Q&R codes on there. So if you ain't trying to listen to the CD, you ain't got a CD player, hit that Q&R code and take you straight to our YouTube where almost all our songs are. There's only a select few that are on platforms that aren't on YouTube, maybe like 3 or 4, but everything else is on that YouTube for free if you can't afford it.
Right.
Now when we blow up, it might be a little different. I can't speak on that because you never know what the future may hold, but for now I try to give our fans, that you can hit it up any way you need to. If you can't afford fucking Spotify, it's on YouTube. You can't afford fucking iTunes, it is on fucking Spotify or Google Play, or you know what I'm saying? I try to make sure it's available everywhere. I don't got a SoundCloud. I don't like that. Well, I think we do got one, but it probably don't got nothing new on there. Fucking, but we got tapes on Dat Piff and shit like that. Like,
for real. I mean, if they want to look up some badass music anyways, they should look us up.
Most definitely. 386 Music on all platforms, you already know. But shit, speaking about life, shit, what are you trying to do with your life, Tyler? What is your goal for the future? What does Tyler Byrd want to be?
Real shit, my goal for the future is to have me a piece of land and just live that simple life of farming, but in an off-grid sense.
Yeah?
Yeah. And
I feel that.
I mean,
I really feel that.
For real. And I mean to the point where I have no connections to, you know, I guess you can say power companies and water companies and stuff. Get your own
Off-grid solar living, boy.
Exactly. Solar panels and old style hand dug wells.
Yeah, I seen a video a few years back that really resonates with me now that I've gotten bigger and started seeing how people act once you start doing shit. It was Riff Raff talking about once I blow, I'm gonna act like I don't know nobody. I really feel that because I'm trying to make this money disappear.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like he said, I would love to off-grid live, have my own little fucking house out in the woods. Shit, I don't want nobody, you know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to be in the limelight. I just want to make that money.
Exactly.
And I want to bring a message to the people that can help or that people can resonate with and know, hey, he feels like I do. You know what I'm saying? Like when we made that song for our cousin Mike who killed himself, Waller, y'all check it out. People come up to us like, hey, you saved my life with this song in it. And shit like that, that's enough for me, even if I don't blow off this music, just because I helped that one person, you know what I'm saying? And that's really what I'm trying to get out of this music, is to help people, and definitely want the money. I ain't gonna bullshit nobody, I want the money, but one of the biggest things for me is the helping people whenever they're feeling low and shit, because when I was at my lowest, it was music that helped me, which is why, like I said, Twisted, it just hit somewhere inside me, and it really inspired me to stay around, you know what I mean? And then after, you know what I'm saying, I got older and realized I could rap, like, I want to help spread that love that they helped spread to numerous people that felt like they were alone.
That's real.
And speaking on that, like, what are you trying to get out of this and get out of this life?
Me, honestly, I'm just trying to keep finding myself as I grow, and I want to help everyone around me. I want to help the youth. I want to help the people grow around me and find and develop themselves so that they can become who they want to be, so that they can have that drive and that power within themselves in their lives.
Right.
So that they can get somewhere, you know what I mean? So that they can make a life for themselves, so they can be happy. There's a lot of people out here in the dark that don't even know what they're doing just because they're lost.
I say, speaking on that, I know a lot of people.
Find my focus. It's hard to find my focus.
Right.
It's hard to keep my focus, but as long as I strive for that focus at the same time as I'm trying to help the people around me, we could all be up one day.
Well, sometimes you can't help the people around you till you got your focus right. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, take me for example. I wanted to help everybody out, and I ended up sinking my own fucking ship. And it took me getting with my wife now to realize, hey, you can't help people just because you see the good in them. Like when I was doing my fucking dumb shit, trying to help dumb bitches that just want to shoot dope. You can't just help everybody. Even though you want to, they gotta want to help themselves, and you gotta be in the proper place to help them people. Because without you being in the proper place, I went right down the drain with the bitch. You know what I'm saying? And it took people like Tyler and other people like that. Hey, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? What are you doing?
And I was young at the time, I didn't even notice that kind of shit.
Right.
I was just chilling.
I was like, that, you know, shit happens in life, and all you can do is grow and be better. But I look out at Lake City, and I see the same motherfuckers walking down the road, still fucking doing dope, fucking 6-7 years later, and it's crazy how certain people just don't want to move and grow. Like,
That's real.
I don't understand.
That's the kind of people that I don't want to help, but I do want to help. You know what I mean?
Right, that's what
I
I'm
wish
saying.
they could get the help that they need and then find the right place to do it.
Right, and that was my point with my statement, is you gotta be in the right place to help people, but you can't help people that don't want to be helped no matter what position you're in, because then you're just throwing money into a fucking hole, because
Right.
it may not be little paper money, fucking money of your heart and your soul, because shit will turn you heartless in this life, and it took me a while to get out of the fuck everybody phase. I don't give a fuck. I just don't give a fuck about a lot of shit, because most of the time you do it to your motherfucking self, and it's hard to have empathy for people when all you gotta do is walk this sidewalk instead of that sidewalk. Why do you keep walking on that sidewalk when you know that damn dog's gonna attack you every day?
People gotta listen to me every day and look at themselves.
That's my point. You get up in the morning, you look at yourself, and you're like, I'm gonna do the same shit as yesterday.
That's your only enemy.
Damn right, you will be your biggest enemy in this life, and if you don't do the necessary changes that you need to, you're gonna walk down that same damn sidewalk, getting attacked by that same damn dog crying about boo-hoo me. And that's, like I said, you can't just help anybody. You just gotta make sure you're in a position to be able to help people. When that time comes, you'll know, because they'll come. Let them come to you. Don't go to them. And if they do come to you and don't fucking show that they're taking the help and wanting to change, baby boy, you gotta fly.
Right.
You gotta do you now, because I tried to help you, but you clearly ain't about what you're saying, so I gotta let you do you.
That's real.
And speaking on things in life, like, it's hard sometimes to want to do that. It's hard to, you know what I'm saying, throw a person out that you know needs the help, but sometimes it's cutting off that tie with them and showing them, hey, I can't fuck with you because you're going to keep acting like a dumb bitch, you know what I mean?
Well, if they can't keep the same love and understand that that's their own doing, then in the end, they're just going to keep hating on everybody else, and they're not going to get where they need to go anyways.
Most
They're
definitely.
going to find somewhere else, and they're not going to like where they're at.
I'll say with a lot of people in that mindset, it's you that's the hater. It's you that's fucking up, not them. And it's hard for them to see it's them that's the fuck up in the situation, because a lot of people that don't take the help, that want the help, or whatever the case may be, is they like to play the blame game. But at the end of the day, it ain't nobody's fault in this life but yourself.
Right.
It don't matter how the fuck you were raised. It don't matter what you went through in life. Once you hit 18, bitch, you grown. It's on you now.
And you better ask yourself who you are.
You better motherfucking ask yourself who you are, because you know what? When you wake up in the morning, it don't matter how you feel. It don't matter what happened yesterday. This life is going to keep on rotating without you, with or without. It does not matter what happened yesterday. This life won't act like, who are you? I mean, you guys, like Michael Jackson, people like that, the shit stood still, but for us regular people, it don't matter what the fuck happened yesterday.
You better tell them I'm on my way. I'm on my way where? To work.
Right.
I'm on my way to work.
I say you better strap them boots up in the morning, your shoes, your socks, put them panties on and get the motherfucking doing it,
Yeah, get
cause
stepping.
you sitting around doing nothing, this world gonna go on without you.
That's real.
You crying out for help, bitch. You gotta be the help that you so want. You know what? Life's crazy like that. Cause nobody told me growing up, hey, when you turn 18, bitch, it's on. They're like, oh yeah, when you don't want to be an adult, you don't want to grow up.
Hey, that child support hit you, then you already know what's up.
I would say life crazy when you hit 18. It really is. Speaking on life at 18, shit, how was it for you coming from being raised around old people your whole life, basically?
Good, honestly. It was glad I came up the way I did. My grandpa, he was a hard-working man, and he taught me that you either gonna get your ass a job and get out there and get your own, or you just gonna not have shit. That's pretty much it.
I'll say being raised by an older generation like you, I've noticed a big difference in how I look at the world compared to like Jacob or other people. No offense, like I'm just saying, from being raised by the older people, I don't look at shit nowhere like the newer generation do when it comes to certain shit. And it's wild how much a generation can change
how much they lost
how a
out
population thinks.
Yeah. It's like how much they lost out on because the older generation, it's like they have more knowledge and power with themselves because they understand more things. There's a lot of time and a lot of different things that they're losing out on in the new generation because they're not giving the time out just to help people understand more about life.
I'll say one thing I've noticed with the newer generation is accountability, which the older generation did not fucking have. The older generation, oh, you got mental health problems, oh, you're just being a pussy. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you got fucking anxiety, that's not real. And that's the bad parts of being raised by an older generation is I basically just thought I was fucking crazy when I would have anxiety or something because, oh, that's not real. Oh, you just being a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I have that issue. I be feeling that way. I get angry because I really feel like my drive, it won't let me, nothing stop me.
Right.
Even if it was anxiety, I don't know, sometimes I have problems. But I feel like I push through it to get where I need to go no matter what because you're going to lose out and there's people around you depending on you. And the people around you depending on you, you got to put that time in no matter what you have to sacrifice because it's just life.
Right. Make time for yourself mentally. Have that drive. You know what I'm saying? When you notice that you're starting to slip, talk to yourself. Go talk to a therapist. Talk to your old lady. Talk to a friend. You know what I'm saying? Don't let somebody tell you, like, just because you're having a bad day mentally or you're having anxiety or something like that, that you're just being a bitch about it. Sometimes you need the help, seek the help, and talk to somebody.
We all human. We ain't perfect. We all built different.
Damn sure all built different. I ain't have anxiety till I hit like 24. Like, I know what the fuck it was. I thought my brother was being a hoe sometimes. Like, oh, you got anxiety? Stop being a bitch about it. And then I had it like, oh. My bad, dog. Now I feel like the jerk because, you know what I'm saying, I was raised to believe that shit wasn't real, and then one day you turn around and you got some fucking anxiety and you're like, wow,
shit's pretty real here.
Yeah. So I was a dick. That's my bad world. You know what I'm saying? Like, life's wild like that. You know what I'm saying? It damn sure change your perspective because I went from living in Lake City growing up till I was about 11. Then I went and lived with my sister's dad in Gainesville, getting beat for whatever fucking reason. Buck, you a pussy ass hoe. Just want you to know that. Fucking, you know what I'm saying? I got abused and mentally abused, and I was made to feel like I wasn't shit or whatever because I didn't live up to their fucking standards. And then I got to finally go live with my dad and y'all when I was about 15 or 16. After he sent me to live with his fucking brother in North Carolina and got dropped off at a train station because he fucking wants to try to talk to somebody while we're in the shop. And when I say he thinks I'm being disrespectful. Old people, weird, whatever. Chuck was still a good dude, whatever. But, like, I got dropped off at a train station and had to make my way from Jacksonville to where Dad and Johnny Cook finally picked me up because of situations in life. Like, I didn't know that I needed to speak out and get some help. I thought shit was normal, me getting beat and mentally abused like I did. It wasn't until I got to an adult to realize, oh shit, if somebody ever did that to my child, I'm gonna beat the fuck at you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's not until you grow and get into situations where you can really be like, hey, that wasn't right. And it took me, like I said, going from living with my grandma in the sticks to living out in Gainesville, being in the hood and shit, and then going back to actually going to Fort White after I went from there to really understand like the situations I surrounded myself in. And it really helped me grow as a person to, I guess, experience things like that, and it made me more wanting to help people from that situation. Because instead of getting suicidal or shit like that when I was a child because I was being abused, I just turned off emotionally and shit. And it took me a while to open back up emotionally. And yeah, I don't know where I was going with that. This is the 386 shit cast. We talking shit. Smoked a blunt, you know, now we're here. I don't know how we got on this conversation, but in life,
should somebody out there relates?
Right. And all I was trying to say, like, in life, even though I went through the bad shit, because I had to go I got raised by my grandma because my mama died when I was 8 months, and then my papa died when I was 5, then my great grandma died right after him, then my uncle David fucking died right after that, and then I get taken by DCF and put with my sister's dad when I specifically told them I want to go live with my dad, because my grandma hid the fact that my real dad was who my dad was, trying to make me believe my sister's dad was my dad. And then when I'm like fucking 9 or 10, my Aunt Sherry's like, I can't do this to you anymore, I'm gonna tell you who your dad is. And then I actually get to go spend time with my brothers and my sister and really live with my dad and shit for the summer. And then after that summer I got taken by DCF. It really fucked with me for a while because I thought, you know, God was mad at me or some shit. Like, I fucking went and prayed I get to go stay with my dad. The next day I'm with my sister's dad. Like, you just gotta take everything and, I don't know, I guess try to see the good in it. Because instead of being upset that I got stuck with my sister's dad, I was just happy I was with my sister that I got to be raised with. And I took that as a blessing, even though I was stuck in a hell. And I guess that's what I'm trying to say is, even though you go through hell, there's still blessings to be taken out of the hell you go through.
And there's something out there also that will help you not forget that past, but it'll help you find something to fight for that'll help it.
Right, you can't never forget the past that you go through. It is what makes you you. And when you try to cover up the past and try to act like shit didn't happen, you're just lying to yourself and making a lie as a life. That was you. You went through that. It made you who you are today, and 9 times out of 10 it made you a stronger person. And speaking on past traumas and shit, like how was it for y'all growing up and living with certain traumas? How did y'all grow and move on from them?
I had kids. They gave me something to fight for.
Fair enough.
It made me realize that it's not all about myself.
Right.
But the first person you have to learn to focus on is yourself, because you're the only person that can change who you are.
Most definitely.
And build something.
And when you got kids, that has to be your main focus is, I gotta be good for them, because they didn't ask to be in this world. You know what I'm saying? I didn't ask to be here, and I got stuck in a crazy situation just because my dad was in the wreck with my mom. It fucked him up, and my grandma was on some shady shit apparently. Love you, Mimi. Love you. But somehow I got adopted by them, or supposedly that was the plan from the get-go. I don't know, but I was adopted by my grandparents, so I wasn't able to be with my dad like that. And then when I finally got around him, like, what am I trying to... Baby mamas or grandmamas, don't try to keep your baby away from their daddy. It really can fuck with them in the long run. And I'm not saying that certain daddies ain't worth the fuck, they ain't doing what the fuck they supposed to, understandable. But them ones that are out there trying and shit, or even if they may not have the means to really help support, but they want to be in that baby's life and really show you they about it, like, don't try to keep the baby instead of a loving dad like rehab. And you know, I really had to grow from that situation because I just thought everybody was a fucking piece of shit. I ain't trust nobody, you know what I'm saying? Because the man that was supposed to be there to raise me and protect me was the main one bruising my ego, bruising my soul, and bruising me personally, you know what I mean? So to grow from that and learn has really helped me want to help people with my music and whatnot, because it was music that helped me get through that point in my life. I was trying to get around to it and said we smoked a blunt, we high, we shit talking. But speaking on growing from experiences, what are some experiences that you've had to grow through and overcome?
Definitely whenever I was younger, like you, I lost my mom to cancer.
Right.
And that was a really big hit for me because I was young and she was like my whole world.
Right.
Like, I grew up with my mom attached by her side.
Yeah.
I had to learn the hard way that nothing is forever and that you must love, let go, and just pretty much go with the flow of life and show everybody
Right.
love. You can't let anger and hate, all that other kind of shit, and depression shit get in the way.
Most definitely.
You gotta definitely get over shit if you want to grow.
I'll say, because I get it a lot, oh, I'm sorry your mom died, or this and that. And I've never, you know, I maybe had a thought or two when I was younger, like what would life been like with my mom, but
Yeah.
I didn't get to be raised with my mom like you. Like, I was seven months old when she died, so it's hard to miss something I never knew, you know what I mean? I don't know what it was like to have a mom, you know what I mean? Well, I had my grandma and my papa. They didn't tell me till I was older because I was just a child, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And when I got told that when I was older, it didn't really sink in until I got way older that, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't until I was like in 5th grade and people were like, oh, you don't got a mom, ha. Like, weird why kids want to pick on you for that, but it wasn't until shit like that where it really affected me emotionally not having a mom. And then when I got to be with my real dad, I was blessed with a second mom, you know what I'm saying? And it really changed my perspective on a lot of things. Because like I said before, I didn't miss what I didn't have, and now I'd be heartbroken if I didn't have mom in my life. You know what I'm saying? Because I got a heavenly mom, I got an earthly mom, and I got another mom, which is my grandma. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was blessed all the way around with that. But like I said, that's my grandma, and it wasn't really, I don't know, it was different with mom when I met her and stuff. Like, that was mom, you know what I mean? I really don't know what, like I said, this is 386 shit cast. We high, we talking shit. Talking about our emotional trauma on this episode, clearly. This is for the trauma buddies out there.
That's right.
If y'all ever need someone to talk to, we're always here to talk. Don't ever feel like you're alone.
We all been through some things. We can all relate to each other in some form. And if
All
not,
can relate.
We can all share experiences.
Exactly. So what are experiences that you've had in life that have traumatized you or have held you back emotionally that you had to learn to grow from so that way you could move forward?
Honestly, I just feel like mentally, I feel like anything can be a weakness, and you have to look past anything, no matter what. You have to have control.
Definitely
Because
gotta have control.
to focus on what your plan is and where you want to go. It doesn't matter what's behind you. It just matters where you want to go and what's in front of you.
Right. I was saying that's one thing you definitely have to do when you have trauma in your life is grow from it. Don't let it be the reason it breaks you. Because a lot of people will let it break them and hold them down, but the trauma, it'll make you stronger. And you never know. You going through that trauma may have been necessary so you can help that person off that ledge. Because I know, like I said, I've had people come up to us and tell us our music has saved them. And if we hadn't gone through the trauma we went through, we wouldn't have been able to write what we wrote about. Because when we write, it's coming from a real raw place. And like I said, that's the main reason I do this music, is because I want to help people. I want them to be able to be like, your music is, what do you call it? Your music resonates inside me, you know what I mean? I relate. You know what I'm saying? I can feel what you're saying.
It's real.
And Don't get me wrong, I love having fun with this music too. I love making dumbass shit. I love making fun shit. I like to talk shit, which is, if y'all know me, if anybody knows me, y'all know I just talk shit. It's how I am, and even when I'm talking shit, I like to at least keep it real. You know what I'm saying? I don't fake nothing in my music. If I said it, I did it. And if you don't believe it, it is what it is. But
I believe our music, your mind and your heart can bring you to a powerful place.
right,
You know what I mean? And you can write about all different kinds of things, and it determines to you if you want to help people change, and if that's what you want to do, then that's what you have to strive for, no matter what.
most
You can't let
definitely.
nothing stop you, no matter what. People are gonna hate. People are gonna tell you you can't do this. People are gonna act like they don't want you to be there. There's gonna be people that when they look at you, they try to act like they want something of yours, and you can feel it. There's gonna be all different types of envy in the world, but no matter what happens, you have to push through that, no matter what, and get what you
Exactly.
have to do.
You gotta strive to be the
Everybody's
change
at
you
war.
want to see.
Everybody's at war with themselves,
Right.
and
That's why I said you gotta strive to be the change you want to see in the world. If you're not being
gotta be
that
a big
person
dog.
that you want to see other people be, you ain't got no room to talk on shit.
exactly, you got to be the big dog.
You got
no
to.
reason to talk about anything if they have to hate.
Ain't no reason to talk about it unless you're gonna be about it. Ain't no reason to bitch about it unless you're gonna change it. Because a lot of people bitch about shit going on in this world, but they sit back and don't do nothing about it. And if everybody would just be the change they want to see, this world would be a lot better place. We wouldn't have a bunch of racist, dumb motherfuckers. We wouldn't have a bunch of fucking chomos running the streets. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be the change you want to see. And yeah, I've had a lot of shit in my life I had to change because I talked that shit, but I wasn't doing nothing to make anything any better.
Yeah, there's a lot of, you gotta learn a lot of patience. You gotta learn a lot of discipline.
Definitely gotta learn a lot of discipline.
You gotta stay focused.
You gotta stay focused. Gotta stay focused. Stay focused. Stay focused on the goal and focus on what y'all are doing out there. Especially all you artists in Lake City. I see all you motherfuckers working, and I'm more than proud to say we come from the 386.
That's real.
Which is the main reason when we were coming up with a group name, we decided on 386 Music, because I want, when people are like, oh shit, they're from Lake City, Florida, oh shit, I wonder if there are any other artists out there, you know what I'm saying? I've always wanted our name to resonate with people and bring them back to where we came from, and hopefully see the people around us that influence us to go, because like listen to BCB and Treehouse back in the day, that shit inspired the fuck out of me. Like, what, are they from down the road?
And that kind of shows
And
that
they
we do
doing that shit?
care about the people, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It shows that we do care, and that we're trying to relate with other people as they can relate with us, and that we can all help each other grow and get be a step. Maybe make it one day we might all be able to fucking not maybe be famous, but at least we can get our family out of it.
Right. And that's what I was talking about earlier, is when you other artists get on, stop being fucking stingy. Hold open that motherfucking door. Put your homeboys on stage. Even if it ain't to perform. Let them get out there, fucking talk they shit real quick on the mic. Let them know who they are. Because a lot of y'all motherfuckers be doing these big ass shows, and I don't see y'all bring your homeboys out trying to help them, put them in better positions.
I swear.
Because me going to the gathering and for Lil Nine and Swag G to go, they didn't have the time to go, but you know what I'm saying, them being there, they could have, you know, made connections that just didn't make sense for us. It could have made sense for them. That's why I try to bring them anywhere we go, that way they can make the same connections, because they may have shows coming up that are more suited for them. And I know that they're going to bless us on the same back end. If they get that show, that we're going to be able to come with them and talk our shit for at least a song or two.
Right.
And that's where it comes in. Stop being stingy, artists. If y'all are moving, help your people. You ain't gotta help all these random ass people out here, but your people, the motherfuckers that have been down by y'all side helping y'all to get your music shit going, look out for them.
Because they could be the reason that it could be helping us as well, bro. We all growing at the same pace.
Right.
They could find that person that reaches out and bring us to our next level.
Right, because without people like Chuck and Corey, doing these showcase shows, we wouldn't have been able to make the connections we got. We wouldn't have been able to really learn how to grow and be artists and how to come when we go to shows, how to act on stage and shit. And that's what I was saying last episode. Y'all really got to get on that doing the shows and learning how to be an artist. Because making music is cool and shit, but you got to learn how to be professional. You got to learn how to come at shit as a professional.
It's also good to let artists get an outside look on the view on our team from a different perspective.
Right.
To show us like there's other people out there that we won't even realize that could be a good network for us, but other people can see that so they could reach out for us and then bring us where we could go to our next level as well, like I was saying.
Right. Well, that's what it comes back in, like having good people on your team. Like, I know if I make some junky shit fucking 9, or y'all are gonna be like, I don't think that's the one, bucko. And that's where it comes back. You can make them connections. We make connections by getting out there and doing these shows and meeting and greeting with people and being around those people. Now you're like, hey, how does this sound? Oh, that, okay. You know, you can learn how to, I don't know if I'm saying it right. Having those people around will help you learn to be a better artist. Because we all think we're hot shit. We all think we the shit, we the GOAT, whatever. But we all have room to grow. And that's basically what this whole episode's been about, is growing through whatever situation gets put in front of you. Whether it be trauma from a childhood, trauma from an adult, it's all on you to make that change and be better than what you were. Because like I said, it doesn't matter what the fuck happened in your past, as a child, as a grown-up, as a teenager, whatever, it is on you to be a bigger and better person. You can't blame shit on your past, is my whole point. Man, this road is busy as fuck for not having shit down this road. That's all I'm gonna say.
Shitcast, motherfuckers.
But this has been the 386 Shitcast. We have VisionOf386 and old Tyler Byrd, my 2 little brothers. Next episode, we might have old J-Dog on here. I'm not sure.
Hey.
But shout out to all the people in Lake City moving and working. Growth.
Shout out to all the artists.
Growth. Y'all keep growing and doing y'all. Look.
Get his eyes in the moonlight, motherfucker.